Goldberg's last match. I grew up a Goldberg fan. Growing up as a kid, I was a big Goldberg fan and everything. So as far as the last match that he had yesterday, I thought he physically looked phenomenal. I was talking about age goals earlier with Trish Stratus and some of the other wrestlers. At 58 years old, Goldberg looked in phenomenal shape. I mean, you all see it right there in the image. Phenomenal. But of course, moving, he definitely did not move at the explosiveness that he did back in WCW, but I give Goldberg credit in this to come in there at 58 years old. He had a bad knee, bad shoulder from his time working out, and he put on a 14-minute plus match with Gunther. And Gunther, the ring general, he proved why he is the ring general. You could tell that he really helped Goldberg through the match and everything. He worked at a pace that could make the match work. And when Goldberg was on the offense, he did his part to try and make Goldberg look like $1 million with the power. And then like I said, it was 14 minutes. Goldberg going in there, it was a lot longer than most of his other matches. I thought the match was really well worked. They had a commercial break. It was cool to see his son Gage even get in there, so they got a nice video footage of Gunther and Gage in case Gage and Gunther have a match sometime down the road. It was great to see, as you can see back there in the background, so many people from Goldberg's past coming out to accompany him to the ring or be there for the match. I really loved the whole presentation of that. I got hyped again for the Goldberg entrance. There's nothing like it. And Goldberg coming out and everything, it always gets hyped up, so it was great to see. And I give props. Goldberg, you had Charles Robinson, who refereed a lot of Goldberg's matches, including the one where he beat Hulk Hogan back in 1998 for the WCW World title. He took a spear, so that man's up there taking some big bumps. And props to Goldberg at 58 years old. Gunther's nowhere near the size, obviously, that he was before the main roster, but he's still a big dude. And for Goldberg at 58 years old to still lift Gunther up and nail the jackhammer, especially on the bad knee and stuff, much props to him. And in the end, Gunther picks up the win by getting Goldberg in the sleeper and making him pass out. So Goldberg, he goes down swinging. I just wish they make up their mind. Is it one arm drop or is it going to be the 3 arm drops? I was a big fan of that back when, you would have the suspense like, oh, I got my third arm up. I got my third arm up and everything and stuff like that. So, yeah. Overall, I thought the match was good. I didn't think Goldberg went out there and embarrassed himself. He looked good. It was better than the match he had with Roman. He looked like he had worked really hard to train and overcome the limitations that he had and things like that. So much props to him on that front and stuff like that. So definitely overall I enjoyed the match. That being said, I wish they didn't cut his retirement speech off, so I'm gonna have to check that out online and see the rest of what he said. I didn't want to see that. It was only like 40 seconds, which is ironically how they did Sting in AEW during his retirement match, so he had to go online to catch the rest of it and stuff like that. So that was interesting. That being said, overall, yeah, I say thank you, Goldberg. You will not find many that had the level of intensity that Bill Goldberg had when it came to professional wrestling, WCW or WWE. And as someone who lived it, I was 8 and 9 years old at the time when Goldberg was in his prime in terms of physical power. Shoot, I remember him lifting up the Big Show, who at the time was known as the Giant, of course, played by Paul White. And Big Show was heavy back then, and Goldberg lifts him up in the air and keeps him in the air for like 3 seconds and does the jackhammer. Holy crap, man. Awe-inspiring power. Just phenomenal. And I can't put over enough how big Stone Cold Steve Austin was in that time period. Goldberg match Stone Cold's popularity. Like, when I was going to school, people were talking about how Goldberg and Stone Cold one-on-one, it was always Austin this, Goldberg this, Austin that, Goldberg that. When I would go into the stores, the magazines of wrestling, they would have Stone Cold and Goldberg right there on the cover. So I cannot understate how impressive it is, how impressive you have got to be in terms of star power. I'm not talking about in-ring ability, but star power to match the level of star power of Stone Cold Steve Austin in that late 90s period. And that's what Goldberg did. It is unfortunate, though. Goldberg, of course, ended the career accidentally, I believe, of one of the greatest, if not the greatest, technical professional wrestler of all time, Bret the Hitman Hart. You know, the thing is, and this goes to the WCW, I think you got to look back, WCW, you know, they were so obsessed with trying to overcome WWE. They took Goldberg and they saw he was catching fire with the way they were presenting him, the way they were putting him out there, and they had Goldberg go out and dominate people, and it got over, and they realized, okay, WWE's made a comeback now. What do we got to counter program Stone Cold Steve Austin? We got this Goldberg guy, then let's put him out there. And you know, they pushed him obviously too soon, to the point where he ended up kicking Bret the Hitman Hart, not knowing how to do it right, and it ended Bret Hart's career, and it's unfortunate, and stuff like that. And I do believe that Goldberg truly regrets that, regardless if Bret Hart does not believe him. I have much respect for both what Goldberg and Bret Hart have done for the industry. Bret Hart, obviously, one of the greatest all-time technical wrestlers. Goldberg, one of the greatest intense personalities or wrestlers we've ever had in the business in terms of pure intensity. And stuff, and it's a shame that it ended the way it did. But overall, Goldberg got me hyped as a kid, got my brother hyped as a teenager, and you know, you think about moments, and what I think at the end of the day, what a lot of these wrestlers, their moments, like it's fun for us to, you know, talk about it. Sometimes you like the storyline, sometimes you don't, sometimes you like matches, other matches are better than others and all that stuff. But you think about what these men and women do in the industry and how they create moments for families. I'll share this right here. My stepfather, he came into my life when about 1999. I was like 9 years old. So we're all going with my family, and back in the 90s, I think they had like these little, you put a quarter in or something, or maybe it was $1 or whatever. You put the money in there and you could get these stickers, and they had Goldberg, a sticker of Goldberg, on this machine. So I tell my mom, like, oh, Mom, look, it's Bill Goldberg. And I'll never forget it, because my stepfather, he goes like, oh, you like wrestling? I didn't know you like wrestling. I like wrestling too. And I look up at my stepfather and I'm like, you do? And me and him have been close ever since, over 26 years or 26 plus years now. Whenever we get a chance to watch pro wrestling together, we still do. And that goes back to Goldberg. Goldberg had such an impact on me as a kid, such an impact on my stepfather as a young adult at the time, that it resonated with us, and it kind of what bonded us together, and saw that we had this mutual love for professional wrestling, and out of it, a great father and son relationship that is still going strong to this day is formed. And I think Goldberg would be appreciative to know that what he did in the ring in WCW created many great bonding moments for families that enjoyed watching wrestling, whether it be me and my stepfather or others, hey, me and my cousins, or my brothers, or hey, my sister, or hey, me and my best friends, we used to watch WCW, and we had a lot of great moments together just watching you do your thing. So moments like that, I think, is the important things that I'm thankful for what Goldberg did. A lot of great moments, a lot of great fun times growing up, and I am forever thankful for the career that Goldberg was able to give. Limited in the ring, obviously, couldn't go that much. Obviously, as you get older and learn about the business, Goldberg nowhere was the greatest technical wrestler ever. He's not even nowhere near the list. But when you think of his star power and you think of his level of intensity, man, I think that's what made Goldberg phenomenal. And yeah, I wasn't a fan of some of the booking they did back in the 2010s and things of that nature when it came to him. Like, I don't think he should have gone over Kevin Owens in 2017. I don't think he absolutely should have gone over The Fiend back in 2020. But that was how Vince McMahon was pushing him. But I am glad Goldberg was able to come back and right the wrongs of his first WWE run, redeem himself from that match he had with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 20, and look at what he did here at WrestleMania 33. I don't know if the man 0001's in the chat, because I know he is no fan of Goldberg at all. But we were in that match, and I remember even he was telling me how he liked the match with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 33. It was phenomenal to see. And things didn't go well with his match with The Undertaker, but then he had a great match with I think it was he had a great match with Bobby Lashley, came back, put Drew McIntyre over, and then, put Roman Reigns over. So, he did come back and give back to the business and help put over some of today's top stars, and even Gunther right here. So overall, and like I said, the effort he put in for 14 minutes, it was phenomenal. So I just wanted to make sure I pay my respect and everything as someone who grew up a fan of Goldberg. Not every moment with him was it was easy to get through, particularly with some of the way they booked him in WWE, particularly Vince McMahon's booking and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I'm not holding that against Goldberg. I'm happy that he was able to come back and give the run. His son got to grow up literally seeing his father. I mean, look, remember, he's a little boy when he came back in 2016, and through this off and on part-time run he's had over the last 9 years. Look, his son's all grown up now and got to see his father do what he did in the ring. So that was really good. So overall, I just want to give my thoughts basically on Bill Goldberg's last match. I thought he had one of the most he's made his mark in professional wrestling history. He is one of the biggest stars, like him or not, that cannot be denied, and he is one of the most intense individuals ever in the ring. I just wish, obviously, things could have worked out better with him getting the proper training from the very beginning, so that unfortunate accidents like what happened with Bret Hart didn't happen. But hey, at the end of the day, Goldberg still definitely, I think, made his mark on professional wrestling. And to that I say, thank you, Bill Goldberg.